First off, I'm going to start by applying Urban Decay Primer Potion all over the eyelids to prevent my eyeshadow from creasing. And then next we're going into ColourPop's eyeshadow in Bandit. It's a really nice matte reddish brown. I'm applying that as a transition color to kind of blend and seal in the colors that I'm going to be applying to the crease and lid. Now we're using Milani Shadow Eye Stick. This is in bronze, I think. I'm applying that as a base all over the lid to kind of give the eyeshadow something to stick on. And then we're just going to buff it out with a fluffy blending brush. And then we are going into the Lancome eyeshadow palette. I will list everything down below. I'm using that black definer shade in the outer V, and that's going to give us a more defined look with a crease brush. And then we're going to that plummy purple shade. We're going to apply that right next to the dark black shade we applied, and we're just going to make sure we blend out the harsh lines as we go, because we do not want to have to blend so much and reapply again. Then I'm going to that lilac shade right next to it. That's going to be the next color we're applying, and we're just going to apply that to the rest of the lid and make sure we blend out the harsh lines as well. Going back into that same definer shade, I'm going to use that to kind of buff things out and also not take off what we added before. So that's why I'm going back into that black shade. And then we are going with L'Oreal's True Match powder in C7. I'm going to use that as a brow bone highlight because I didn't really see any color in this palette that would actually match my skin tone. And then we finally going with the lightest shade that's gonna go right in the inner corners, of course, to kind of brighten up the eyes, make you look well in the light for the New Year's. And then we're going back to that same definer shade. We're gonna pop that right at the outer edge of the lower lash line to kind of give it a nice smokiness. Now we're going back into that plum shade. We're gonna apply it right next to the black shade. Make sure we blend out the harsh lines as well. And then finally we are going into that lilac shade that's going to be in the rest of the lower lash line. Now it's time to apply a pencil. I'm using this kind of nice liquefied pencil. This is also from Lancome. It's called Drama Liquify or something. And I'm applying a nudish like silvery color in the inner corners. And then we're going to use the art liner also from Lancome. This is an awesome, I'm telling you, easiest liner ever to use. I swear by this. This is awesome liner. And then we're gonna use the Lancome Genifique. This is a serum. It's gonna like really work in making my face look so younger. And then we're following up with Ferfree Moisturiszer. That's one of my favorite moisturizers. I'm applying that all over to prep my face for my base. And the base I'm using is the Lancome La Base. This is a pore minimizing primer. Of course, we got those pores. We need to keep them locked out of the face. And then we're using the Lancome Teint Ultra Foundation Stick. I'm mixing Suede 450 and 500 because I really want this to match me as much as possible, because one is a slight lighter and one is a lot darker. So I'm mixing the two together and blending that out with a sponge from Pure Cosmetics. And then we're using that same Pure Cosmetics contour stick. That actually was the sponge that came with it. I'm using that in dark, and we're going to use the lightest side to highlight and the darkest one to contour. And then we're going to use that same sponge and blend the whole heck out of it, because we do not want harsh lines there. We do not want to look bad. And then we're going to set that up with Sacha's Buttercup powder. Even though they said you don't need to set it, but I love setting my highlight, and you guys know I bake. And then we use Bandit Sienna's powder. This is going to be for the rest of my face as usual because it's more similar to my skin tone. So we're going to make sure we seal that in as well. Now we're using the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. I have to say I really like this mascara. I like the wand, and I like the fact that my lashes can look like I do have lashes. So I will give this mascara an 8 out of 10. And now we're using Sally Girl's glitter. I do not know what I was going for with this look. I just decided to pop on some royal blue glitter. I don't know how you guys feel, but you can skip this step if you want. Now we're just gonna buff that baking powder, you know, the Sacha stuff. Buff it with a fluffy brush because we would not want to look ashy on New Year's Eve. And then we're going into this Lancome blush contour highlighting palette. We're gonna use that contour section to like contour, not really contour, like bronze the face as usual. And then we're gonna take that blush on a nice blush brush. We're gonna apply that to the cheeks. I actually like the blush. It's really, really pretty and very subtle, not too dramatic. And then we're going into the, what's this one? Shea Moisture Bronzer in Mandalay Ducks. And we're applying that to kind of, you know, I'm using that as a contour powder. And then we're going back into that Lancome palette, using that highlight portion to kind of, you know, make those cheeks pop, of course. We want those cheeks to look like we're like on fleek. And then the lipstick is going to be a fuchsia lipstick. I think that's the actual name of the lipstick, or something like Magenta. We're applying that all over the lips. And here is the final look, guys. I hope you guys do enjoy it. It might be a tad dramatic, but you guys know I always go out there. So if you do like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up as usual. That really makes me happy. And I'm sorry this took so long to come out. I had technical difficulties. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.